Okay. Now that we're all started and everything. So basically today we're going to talk about the evolution of this 20 long saltwater tank. It started out that I got a fish tank as a gift and I absolutely loved it. I was obsessed with it. And I kept on looking and realizing that all the cool fish and cool stuff, or rather more colorful, seemed to be more interesting, to me at least, was on the saltwater side. But it seemed insanely expensive. It kind of is. So I decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to make like a small tank. I never wanted a reef tank. I always wanted a frag tank. So I attempted to build this thing into a frag tank, my first try, and I had no idea what the hell I was doing. I thought it would be really simple. It's not. First, what it was that I wanted it to be a frag tank, so for the biological media I tried buying a bunch of marine pure spheres, like a whole box, and just kind of put them in there. It wasn't enough. I used an Aqua Clear 20 at first. That was far too small. There's always been one fish in here, well, that hasn't jumped out. The one fish is the clown, and he's been in here since the beginning. Basically, it started out as an attempted frag tank. I had a frag stand in the middle. I was using an Aqua Clear 20, and it was just basic carbon, sponge. That's about it, you know. Using distilled water. I still use distilled water, which is terrible. But it didn't work out well. Because there was no sand and because there was no live rock, there was just marine pure spheres. The water was always somewhat cloudy, even if there were zero nitrates, even if all the water chemistry was on par and everything was good and cycled. It was never crystal. It never worked out so well. So one day I decided, well, if that's not going to work, alright, fuck it, I'm just going to do a reef tank. I want to do a reef tank. I'll try a reef tank. So what I did was, the first step of that was I went and I bought basically some sand. It was the Carib Fiji Pink special grade sand, and threw it up in there. Took a couple days to clear, but after that, fantastic. I noticed that for some reason when I added in the sand, the water became clear, like a bit more clear. It wasn't crystal yet, but it was quite clear. So the sand had sat in there for a little while. The clownfish, he was chilling. So in order to try and get more clear water, I then added, which is in my opinion the best thing I ever purchased. It is a small Sun UV sterilizer for $20. Fantastic, amazing. It makes a big difference. Although I don't know why. I wonder if I just am missing something. So out went the Aqua Clear. The Aqua Clear is currently on the beta fish tank. It's doing very well. That's a 5-gallon. And I bought a Aqua Clear 70. Now, I used to run carbon through it, and a sponge, and Purigen. But it seemed that the sponge was just too much of a hassle because you would have to take apart the entire thing and, well, turn it off, take it apart, clean it, so that way it doesn't become a nitrate factory. So, being cheap and not wanting to spend extra money, what I did was I just repurposed it to basically be a cheap media reactor. There's nothing really going on there. There's no filter. There's no nothing. All you've got in there is you've got, and of course this is mass aquariums because of them. You've got Purigen, you've got Chemipure Blue, and on the side intake a poly filter pad. That's it. Up here, this is basically just a small aqueon filter. It runs a poly filter pad. So after a while of kind of having the reef set up, because the light at the time I had, it wasn't good enough. It was terrible. It was good, but not for what I was trying to do. I had a single par 38 goosenecked over the top. Now, to me, it looked like the entire tank was lit. No, it's not. You were getting just maybe 16 inches of coverage. Maybe 20. I know they say 24, but that's if it's actually above the tank. See, the problem is a 20 long is really, it's not very wide, and the gooseneck, it would only allow me to put it over the center if it was literally just a few inches from the top. So I didn't buy too many corals. What ended up happening is I would get a coral and it would burn the living hell out of it. So I dimmed it down to 50%. It would still dim the living hell out of it. Burn the living hell out of it. That happened to quite a few corals. But what mainly happened, and I'll do a different video on this because that'll be like a 40-minute rant. What really happened was, to make me change up things, was I got the mysterious white slime. And I have no idea how the fuck that started. You want to talk about a battle? That's a battle. Holy shit. That was horrifying. You're talking about gobs and strands of white slime all over your rocks, in your filter, in your used-to-be airstone skimmer, everywhere. On top of everything. Like I said, I'll do another video about that, but I'm pretty sure people want to know what stopped that. And honestly, I don't know if it was time or if it was the product, but what seemed to work was Dr. Tim's Waste Away. And I still keep bottles of it in the cupboard, and I dose the tank out every week with it. That's the only thing added to the tank, because there's no need to add anything else to the tank, because I've never gone out and purchased a shitload of corals or anything, because I really didn't view the light as being sufficient, and I don't want to waste money, messing with things. So basically, what happened is I decided just a couple weeks ago I'm going to turn it into a frag tank, because that's, at the end of the day, what I wanted. I wanted a tank where I could just purchase corals and display them and literally look at them like living art objects, because they're so beautiful. So what I did was, I got down here is a 10-gallon, and it basically has the live rock from the top, so as to keep the biological filtration but not have it in the display. Same goes for the equipment. Of course, the sterilizer and the heater are going to move down there, and this 70 will be retired in favor of a media reactor of some format. But what I did was I got the 10-gallon, put the live rock in it, and we are currently awaiting an order from Amazon. Got a small eShops Nano Overflow, a 400-gallon per hour generic pump that works quite fine in the mixing station. I'm going to turn it back to half, so it's at about 200 gallon per hour, maybe a little below. And yeah, we're going to do a sump. And the funny thing about it is, a lot of people recommend no sand in a frag tank, just egg crate. I don't know, man, I kind of like it, because I got 3 pieces of coral here, and It's really quite beautiful. The sand looks a lot better than black plastic, I think. The way it dances, the light dances off the surface of it. So come Friday, I'll get the sump installed and get everything flowing. And we're just gonna watch this thing evolve. None of these videos are going to be edited because I don't care. And it takes far too long. Aside from that, I mean, I'm taping it with an S7, so the video quality should be good enough. If it's not, I apologize. That's not my intention. And at the end of the video, because I'm getting tired of talking about it, I would like to say fuck Amazon. Because I'm off tomorrow, and on Tuesday, I was on Amazon ordering the kits to finish up my sump, and they said if you click within 9 hours and 36 minutes, you will get this delivered by Thursday. You paid $100 for Prime. I clicked the button. An hour or two later, it said, your items will be delivered Friday. Cool. Because I'm off Friday. Wait, no I'm not. I'm off tomorrow. So, I guess tomorrow is fuck all, because that was the big plan. I shouldn't really be talking about that in a fish tank video. Whatever. But anyway, so that's the story with this tank so far. I'll cover the white slime later, how to deal with that, how to solve that, because it creates massive problems. I'll just share what I did and what happened. A lot of crazy stuff happened with that. Oh my god, I almost lit the room on fire. Aside from that, tank stats right now, just measured them. Alkalinity is standard, it's good, it's within range, as is calcium. Don't know magnesium, don't have the test. I haven't really got anything that, as of yet, where I would care that much about it, because I do water changes when certain levels are out. That might be stupid, I don't know. But basically, yeah, that's it. What else can I say? Hopefully this thing turns into something really quite beautiful. Or perhaps maybe I'm just making this video because I'm lonely and I want someone to talk to. Okay. Have a good night, guys. I'm going to turn off the camera now.